Okay, I think we're ready. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yushuo Huang. I'm the Senior Product Marketing Manager from the networking team. Today, I'm gonna walk you through the top 5 considerations when modernizing your WAN with SD-WAN and UCPE. Given that we only have 15 minutes, there is no Q&A at the end of this session. But if you have any questions, please use the Q&A tool. We will try to get back to you. And there's a very short survey at the end of the webinar. We will love to hear from you. So without further ado, let's get started. So I want to start by asking you this question. Is your WAN ready for digital transformation, distributed IT, and cloud adoption? Because I know that most of the organizations are going through at least one, if not all of them at the same time. And these drivers or changes pose challenges on their existing network infrastructure. That's why I'm going to show you this IDC survey asking IT leaders to choose the most significant WAN challenges for their organization. I'm going to let you read through this very quickly before I continue. Yeah, so most of the challenges are around 3 things. 1, complexity. 2nd one, security. And the 3rd one is management. And that's why there's no surprises that SD-WAN, UCPE, and SASE are gaining a lot of momentum for the past few years because they are very effective to address those challenges. Just want to share some market data with you. According to Gartner, the SD-WAN and SASE adoption is going to grow from 36% to 70% by 2026. And the SD-WAN market is going to go from 2.5 billion today to 30 billion by 2026. And everybody is trying to understand what should be my WAN strategy. Because the benefits are very obvious and proven. I'm just gonna touch on some of the big ones, like the MPLS cost, the increased productivity, the IT resource saved. And on the right-hand side, I want to share some of the customer testimony from our existing customer. The first one saying, we have saved millions of dollars over 3 years by removing the MPLS costs and replacing with Dell VEP. It has been a win-win project for IT and the business. And the second one saying that before adopting Dell VEP, we had a lot of great failure. Something was happening inside the cloud that would cause problems, but we could not detect what it is via routing. Now we can monitor the path end to end. We have far less downtime and fewer support calls. So I think the question is become, what should be my WAN modernization strategy? I want to share another chart from another analyst firm called ESG on the left-hand side. They're asking how complex is your organization's IT environment relative to 2 years ago? And you can see from the charts, everybody agree that, I'll say everybody or most people agree that it's getting more complex. And I don't think that's gonna stop. So the only thing you can do is to make sure that you choose a flexible platform to maximize your investments, because it can not only address the immediate challenge that you have and see the benefits, but later down the road, you can change, add, or delete based on your business priorities. So I want to walk you through the top 5 considerations to make sure you think through some of the aspects that is important to your success. But before we get to that, I just want to say that everybody is starting at a different place, have different goals in mind. So not all 5 of them are going to be relevant to you, but at least it's a great framework for you to think through. Don't take my word for it. If you've done it correctly, according to the Forward's TEI study, Dell Virtual Edge Platform delivered 130% ROI over 3 years. I'm just going to quickly touch on some of the most common quantifiable benefits. So for example, avoided purchase cost. It means that because we have presence everywhere and have a very flexible purchasing option, you don't have to buffer in order to plan your business around it. If you need 300 units in one particular country, you get 300. And the second one is employee productivity improve from improved supply chain. I heard a lot of customers saying that, oh, I don't even get an estimate about when I will get a device. It's really hard to plan the business around that. And the third one is IT resource time save. Thanks to the nature of software-defined solution, you don't have to have a team traveling to different offsite just to install the device and manage it. And now what you need to do is to plug it into the internet. It will grab the configuration automatically, reboot, and then you're done. And the last part is MPLS cost saving. We know that SaaS application is more and more common. So that's why some people, they feel comfortable enough to move away from MPLS circuits just because of the SD-WAN can effectively routing and provide a secure access for them. So overall, the payback period is about 9 months. I encourage you to give this a read. This is a free resource on our website to learn how your peers are enjoying the benefits from our SD-WAN solution. Okay, let's get to the top 5 now. For the first question is open or proprietary platform. What do I mean by that? Some customers value the simplicity of appliance. They're limited to one solution or one feature or function. But later down the road, if they want to change or add new services, they need to buy another appliance and create complexity. Another alternative you can think of is to choose the open platform. Like the graph we show here, the underlying Dell technology hardware is the same. And on top of that, you can pick and choose what kind of software or hypervisor you want to work with. And later down the road, if you want to change or add, you have the flexibility. And we call that investment protection. So I think the bottom line for you is, can you afford to be locked in? And the next one I'm going to talk about is open one vendor or ecosystem of partners. So there are 2 common practice I've seen so far. For example, for small and medium-sized business, they want to have a quick plug and play kind of approach. They don't want to deal with the complexity. So they might want to go with industry-leading solution like Versa or VeloCloud from VMware. They are both recognized as the leader from NQ report for WAN infrastructure. But there's another camp of customers, they probably like CSP customer or telco customers. They really need to make sure that they have absolute flexibility to pick and choose what kind of solution will work for them for each different feature. And then so that they go with a hypervisor approach like AVA or VMware ESSi. Like we have a partnership between Verizon and AVA and Dell Technologies. And we also have customer like BBT. So there's really no wrong answer in terms of which way you want to go. But be careful that greater flexibility comes with greater responsibility. So it just really comes down to what you value and what's most important to you. The next one is global support and services. Let's look at the customer testimony on the left first. Dell can preload the software so that the devices are ready when they arrive, and they can ship to anywhere you need them. And their global support is another key factor. These are significant benefits, especially if you're a global company. We heard from some of the customers, they work with a vendor that's not a global vendor, and they're being forced to have multiple different vendors in different countries because they have some sort of policy to work with somebody who can sell direct in those companies or operate in those countries. And that just creates a lot of complexity. and operational inefficiency become unavoidable. On top of that, the service that we provide, there are a slew of different options for you. So it's really give you that flexibility to choose what kind of support that you need in which area. So if you are a global company, have a global footprint, this is something that you might want to consider. Number 4, pre-validated and integrated solutions. Again, let's look at the customer testimony on the left first. Since Dell is an industry leader and well-known throughout the global market, we are not worried about things like hardware quality and security intrusion issue. So for this, sometimes I heard customers asking me, there are cheaper hardware alternatives out there. Why should I choose Dell? They probably don't realize that we do a lot of behind the scenes work. We do the homework for you so you don't have to worry about whether the solution can run smoothly on top of it, or there's any like patches or security issues. You let us take care of it. And we also work with all the industry solutions like VMware, Versa, Ava, so that you still have that choices. So I think like for you, it's not a very fair apple to apple comparison, because unless you want to do all the validation yourself, there will make a big difference for you. And also another things I want to mention is that we preload the software and ship it directly to your branch offices. So you don't have to ship to a central IT team, do the installation, and then ship it out to other offices. That can really make a big difference. And the last part is part of an extensive portfolio. I think like, as we mentioned earlier, the IT environment is getting more complex. So you really don't know what you might need down the road, five years from now. So if you work with a company like Dell, which is one of the few IT company, if not the only company that can provide end-to-end solutions across different areas like server, storage, HCI, edge, and then so they have better integration, better compatibility. That might make a big difference for your IT environment. And on top of that, the power of Dell network is always ready for you. Like 35K, if you look at the bottom, 35K Dell Service Professional across 170 countries, 2,000 service centers, etc. We want to be your one-stop shop for all your IT needs. I think that's all for the top 5. I just want to show you there are 2 different product lines for Dell Virtual Edge Platform based on the same philosophy of giving you the choice, the flexibility to maximize your investment. On the left-hand side, we have Virtual Edge Platform 4600, which is very powerful, high performance, have the necessary headroom for hosting virtual network functions with a data center grade processor. On the right-hand side, we have the Virtual Edge Platform 1405 series, which is a high-value fixed form factor for simple, fast, and secure expansion. And I know most of the customer mix match these 2 different devices to get the best result. I think that's it for the top 5. We all know that WAN modernization is not an overnight switch. It's a journey. And I think we are here and we are ready to help. If you have any questions, please reach out to me at yushuo_huang@dell.com. And we have a lot of free resources on our website to help you make better decisions. We have the solution brief from Ava and Versa. We have the IDC report that we mentioned at the beginning of this webinar. And we also have the Forrester TEI study to help you understand the ROI of our solution. And most importantly, if you are here at Dell Tech World in Vegas, we look forward to meeting you at the booth. I'll be there, I'm looking forward to seeing you there as well. And that's all for me. If you have any questions, please let me know. And thank you so much for your time. And we look forward to hearing from you. And don't forget about the short survey after this webcast. Have a great rest of your visit at Dell Tech World. Thank you.